Bacon Sandwich, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Zoltan, welcome. Just looking, how we doing? Super fluid. So we're jumping straight in there with research already, BLT. I don't know what I called you BLT. It's the LYLT at the end of your name. I just automatically think Bacon Sandwich. Right, okay, let's go then. So you're saying we want to look at superfluid. What you got for me then? Let's have a look at superfluid. No results. Crypto Eerie, welcome. Frail, Negged, welcome. V7897, how we doing? Andy Kelly, Tango, how we doing? Thank you for all dropping in so quickly. Excellent stuff. Smash those likes, people, whilst we try and find superfluid. This is Bacon Sandwich's little shout out. Is it live already, or are we looking for a pre-sale? What's happening with superfluid? Come on, Bacon, what we got? Am I living in England? Yes, I am in England. Yes, absolutely. Right, okay, I can't find it. Let's try and let's just Google this. Superfluid crypto. Stream money every second. Revolutionary asset streaming protocol that brings subscriptions, salaries, vesting, and rewards. Ooh. Hello, streamer, money. Thank you for sharing the live, Tango. Appreciate that, buddy. So Superfluid is a revolutionary asset streaming protocol that rewards to DAOs and crypto native business assets. Ooh, okay. So it's part of DAO Maker, CoinShift Connects, Land Unlock. Okay. All your streams in one place. Okay. Okay, looks like it's worthy of a bit of investigation. Yeah, I think that's an interesting one, Bacon. Thank you. I might have a look at that. Winnie Gumbo, welcome. Good to see you. England restricted the credit card for crypto. We've got a couple of banks that are tightening up. So credit cards, I think, are a bad idea when you're funding investment anyway. If you're borrowing credit to invest in crypto, you shouldn't be investing in crypto. I think the best bit of financial advice and the only bit of financial advice is do not get into debt investing, whether that's speculative in crypto or in stocks and shares. You should not be borrowing money to invest. The first thing you should do before investing is make yourself debt free. I'm not talking about your mortgages and your cars. I'm talking about your loans and your credit cards. If you haven't paid those little debts off, you're going to struggle. Whilst it's possible to DCA, you don't really want debt hanging over your head. It needs to be truly disposable income. We've got a couple of banks, Nationwide being one. I can't remember what the other was. But they are limiting the amount of the transaction per day to £5,000. Depending on your type of account, but they're getting rid of credit card payments, which I think is actually very, very prudent. We should not be allowing people to invest in crypto using credit cards. ZK Sync airdrop live. I do not believe it is. No, there's a lot of scammy tweets going around. Do not listen to them. Always go to the official ZK Sync website. Follow the links to the Twitter Spaces and things there. They will tell you what is genuinely due and when. So ZK Sync, I think it is confirmed that they're going to have one. I think, but I don't think it's confirmed when the snapshot will be. Crypto Moon Rocket, welcome. Craig, welcome. How are we doing? They won't get you rich. The banks don't want you to be rich. The banks are the worst middlemen in history. They've drained us dry, and they are about to lose a big slice of their income to us dealing with DeFi. So they don't want us to get into crypto too soon until they can work out how they're getting their slice. They'll say it's to protect us. Bullshit. Remember when they were doing mis-selling of pensions and loans and things in the early 2000s? Now you have to sign a waiver to say you understand the risk of lending and borrowing and all that kind of stuff. They just need a crypto waiver. Give us a crypto waiver so we can trade. Yeah, let's get off that background because I don't want to be promoting them for free. That's not a good idea. Only spend what you can afford. Credit is a bad idea. Absolutely. If you're borrowing money day to day, you should not. You're not in a position to invest. HSBC and Nationwide. HSBC, that was the other one. Thank you. Sussex Trader, welcome, buddy. If I could take guests on studio, I would have you up, buddy. But I can't take guests, unfortunately. That's the one downside about this lovely, pretty looking screen. I can't do guests, so it's a shame. What is the best airdrop anyone has ever received? For me personally, it was Aptos. I think it's, well, I say that actually Coreum and Solo has been pretty good. But I think in terms of value, just one big lump of cash, Aptos was good. I know Bacon Sandwiches had a few. I think he'd probably say Optimism was pretty good. I think it was 900 tokens so far. I think OP people have had. So if you've been using Optimism and you've had drops 1 and 2, you've had 900 tokens. At the top, that would have been $2,700. That would have beaten my Aptos one. But yeah, I think airdrops are worth doing. This is free money. Spend a little bit of time to maybe get some free money. It's worth trying. You don't, they say you don't get nothing for nothing. Well, sometimes you do. Literally, my Aptos airdrop. I mean, I spent 5-10 minutes setting it up, getting some testnet tokens, buying an NFT. I did it once. It took me 5 minutes, and I got $1,200 for doing it. So I'm happy. I might buy back into Aptos when the price comes down. I do think it's got potential, but I'm waiting for those tokenomics to sort themselves out first, and then we'll see where it all. Admiring the TikTok Studio app. It is pretty good. I mean, I really like it, especially now I've got the mic sorted out properly and the screen and display. I think this is a really good setup, and it's as good, if not better, than YouTube. Because of course, if I've got my followers on TikTok, I can do TikTok. I've probably got enough RAM on the PC now as well to do YouTube at the same time, but that would be like I'd need another monitor, and then I need to like be really techie, and it's not for me. I've got my 2 screens. That's enough for me. I'm looking all professional. Yes, absolutely. I've even got a collar on today. Not quite a shirt, but I've got a collar. VVS, I've got 3-piece sweat and 1,000 coins in Lost Wallet. Thank you for the likes and the follows, people. I do appreciate that. Dark Horse will be jealous. To be fair, Dark Horse could do this quite easily. I know he's got a good computer setup. I just don't think he's that bothered. He likes to turn his camera around on his phone and be a bit more interactive. This because you can't have guests on this art. That's the only thing that the TikTok thing lets it down for. It lets it down because you can't have guests. There's no functionality for it. If they can fix that, it would be absolutely perfect. It's great that I can share my screen. I've got to shut this door in a minute. Fucking dog. I see the jobs news in the States was promising, but spending's still too high. Spending's the problem. Until you curb people's spending, they'll just create more debt. And actually, I duetted a video today from someone who actually explained that quite well, the debt cycle. Money's created through debt. And when we spend, we generally create debt. So if they can't curb spending, inflation carries on going up. They need to basically stop spending. Day Profit Trader, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. Hi, Jay. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit because it gets rid of my double chin. Right, so Bitcoin, I was a bit scared here on the hourly chart. We did take a bit of a dive here from 22.5 down to 22.3.5. It looks worse than it is. We have seen it already in the last couple of days, a similar candle. But I'm pretty happy that as to where we are. As I said, this is a major support line for me. This is a long-term trend line, and if we break down past that, I think we could be in dangerous times. I think the good thing is, though, is the more days we get under our belt, the less likely we are to break this line. Because what the market's doing in now, by going sideways for so long, it's pricing in all the bad news that we might be expecting over the next few days. So by pricing it in, if we do get bad news, I don't actually think it's going to be as bad as people think. So, looking at this daily chart, we've got, if we break this area here about 22.2, we come down to somewhere around about 21.6, 21.7. We've got further support around 21.1. But I think after that, we've actually got a bit of a gap. We got a little bit of support from back here, maybe at 19 and a half. But, we've got some big drops possible, but I don't think it's likely. Unless Silvergate and all the news is bad happens, I don't think we'll see 15.6. We could test 18 and a half, 19 maybe. 19, I think, is probably as low as I'd want to go or could go. But as I said, really at the moment, I think the 4-hour chart shows it quite nicely how sideways we've been. There's not a lot of volatility at all. There's more sell volume, but we're still managing to go sideways. So that for me is quite a good thing. With all the FUD around, we are maintaining this. And this is a long-term trend line where we have set higher lows. So bang, right there, there's the first one. Bang, there's the second one. Bang, there's the third one. Now, bear in mind that these do get weaker the more bounces you have off support lines or trend lines. But ultimately, we're setting higher lows. That's good. So we just need to trend sideways, make it through the bad news over the next week or two. Hopefully just kind of like, maybe we could afford to break the line here somewhere. As long as it's not too bad, then we can pop back up again once all the FUD's out the way. That's why it's called currency. Always has to be moving. That's not a bad shout. Love the chart background. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that, bro. But yeah, I mean, we're looking at this now. And as I said, I'm not a great charts person. I know basic ones that just kind of like tell me what's what. I only look for long-term entry points, so this doesn't really bother me. I am a long-term holder. I'm DCAing. And to me, this is a good time to DCA because we've had a bit of red and we've not bounced back up. So I would probably, if it's time for me to DCA, which it will be at the end of the week, I may well just buy a little bit more this week or wait until the FUD clears and then buy. But usually once the FUD clears, it's already bouncing. So I might just buy some, carry on DCAing. As long as the market is red, I don't mind DCAing at all. When it's green, that's what puts me off. So I would rather buy down here, of course, than up here. But I'm holding it for years, so it doesn't really make a difference long term. So, right, okay, let's go for some crypto bubbles action. So, the last 5 minutes, what's happening? So, we are seeing quite a bit of red still in the last 5 minutes. 15, red, hour, red. Daffy. Update on Tap and Daffy. Because I've gone into a couple of other things, I've taken the last of my profit out of Daffy and Tap. I'm out. I'm tapping out. Now, if the prices do come down a bit more, I might buy back in with some of the profit I had. But right now, I've sold. I'm not holding that anymore. As I said, initially I took my profit and my initial investment out. I left the moon bag, but it's doing nothing. I've got a little bit of time to play before I think it really goes up anymore. So for me, I'm out. I've had enough. I've got 40 tokens and I need to make it lower. I need less than 40. I can't manage 40 tokens. So getting that sorted. Right, okay, let's have a look. Is XRP being relisted on Coinbase? I wouldn't have thought so. Let's have a look and see if we can see anything in the news about it. I don't think Coinbase will relist XRP until the court case is done, personally. So yeah, I mean, basically the general theory is they'll relist it once there is regulatory clarity. I think that's what they're holding back on. As there isn't any, they're reluctant to list it, which is fair enough, but not great for an XRP holder. What's Quant like? Could it hold at about £100 for the next few days? Let's go have a look at Quant. Absolutely. Quant did move independently a little bit, so let's have a look. So that's the 4 hour. Let's zoom out to the daily, take a look at the daily. You can see here we've actually got quite a bit of room to maneuver. We've come down quite a way already. We've got a fair bit of support here, and we're starting to go sideways on the daily. You can see here there's a bit of support here around about 120, 124. Yeah, about 124. This is a level we've bounced off, or could use as support, I suppose. But ultimately, we could go a lot lower. Let's zoom in a little bit to the 4 hourly. Yeah, well, we could still drop. I think we'll probably stay above £100, or I think we'll probably stay above $110 for a while, unless Bitcoin drops massively. I don't see it coming down below £100 unless we can get it down to these levels, and that was pretty dire. Where was that? Let's have a look. What was the date? So you're talking about December 22 levels. So I think we'll struggle to get that low, but you just can't ever tell with quant. It doesn't really copy Bitcoin. It doesn't really move the market. It generally follows trend, but when it moves, it kind of moves before or after everything else. Seen a few good facts about the halving. Ironically, the gains have halved until recently. Very true, actually. Very true. But no, I mean, the Bitcoin halving is good. I mean, people tend to think of that as being one of the contributors to the 4-year cycle. I think Bitcoin dominance is still a thing, and Bitcoin will remain dominant for a while. However, I still compare crypto. Although I like Bitcoin, I'm going to start accumulating Bitcoin because I haven't held it before. I'm starting to buy little bits of Bitcoin, only small bits, but I'm starting. I do think crypto is very much like .com bubble. We won't see the same big projects at the top that were at the top early in the internet. So your big company, your big Bitcoin is an early internet company, and there's a possibility it could disappear and something else could replace it. What it would be that replaced it, I have no idea. But yeah, the Bitcoin halving is very important to the cycle. It coincides with a lot of other financial cycles as well. There's some very pretty charts that tell you about the cycles and things. I think in terms of emotion of investors, we've gone past the point of despair now in the bear market, and we are now, I believe, in the point of disbelief. We don't believe this rally that we're having can last. So we've gone through the kind of like, oh my goodness me, what an awful bear market it's been. We went down to 15, 16, and we're like, oh my goodness, it's going to get worse. And then we've had this rally, and people now can't believe that this could be the beginning of a bull run. This is disbelief. Generally, what will happen here is obviously ignoring the macroeconomics. Normally, in this cycle with disbelief, you would see a drop back down, but then that is when the market goes parabolic. Generally, but crypto's never seen a recession before. Crypto has never seen, not seen a sustained war like the Ukraine-Russia war, putting pressure on macroeconomics. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, making it a very unique set of circumstances. So this 4-year cycle might not play out as normal. But generally, so depression, disbelief, then disbelief turns to a downside, and then bang, off we go. Hopefully. But that could take 6 to 12 months before we go upwards parabolic again. June, July, 20p XRP. 20p XRP would be very interesting. I might actually buy some at 20p. I actually spent some of my XRP the other day, which I've been holding for a long time, only a little bit, just buying an NFT. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Check my profile picture. See what you think. Bitcoin's never going to be the crypto starter savior ever again. Bitcoin's never going to be the crypto starter savior ever again. I think I know what you mean, Mr. Unknown. It may get there, but I would prefer to get on the right side of the ground for Bitcoin. Yeah, I think Bitcoin is possibly the long-term digital gold. But as I said, I do think the crypto cycle is going to be like the internet cycle. I do think there's a big chance we could see the big players like Bitcoin and Ethereum replaced with something else. I don't know what, but it's possible. I'm primarily thinking the biggest culprit could be ICP. Very different tech. Lots of people now like the technology. They appreciate it. The launch is kind of wearing off. People obviously very wary of what happened at launch and how bad it dumped. But for me, I think ICP long-term, pending adoption, could be absolutely huge. Matty, how are we doing, buddy? Notice today Coreum white paper was updated. Airdrop of Xcore was missing. I think it's still a thing. It's definitely still a thing. Maybe they just drafted that and dropped it too early. Who knows? But there's a lot of stuff happening with Coreum at the moment. They've got their mainnet launch on the 24th of March. We've got the Coreum Apes Club launching on the 22nd of March. Link to that in my bio if you want to check out that project. Definitely worth a look. They are backed by Coreum Network themselves, and Sologenic are also helping out. They are literally going to be the mainnet launch NFT of Coreum. So big project in my opinion. Being run by Crypto with Leo, NFT Sage, and Crypto Ralphie. Some big names in that. And I'm sure other people will get involved as well. Oh my God, you got an NFT. This isn't an NFT, this is just a PFP picture. It is the picture of the Coreum Apes Club. I am supporting that project. I'm not a part of the team, but I will be helping them get some awareness out. There's a limited mint of 1,589, and I know from listening to their AMA last night, they have investors interested buying chunks of 100 NFTs. And it's because, unlike other kind of Ponzinomic NFTs, these NFTs will give you rewards in validator nodes, actual Coreum validator nodes. You will get rewards in that. And some of the APYs they were stating for the first few months are very interesting. What factors should beginners look at before purchasing projects? I've got several things I look at. So first thing I look at is obviously use case, utility. If it's not different or unique, I don't really like it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, buddy. Yang Chung, thank you. Look for utility, look for good tokenomics, look for a good team, some experience in the team, look to see who the investors are, who the backers are, who the partners are, read the white paper, make sure you understand what they're doing. And if after all that you're still really bullish, it might be something you want to consider. But there's so many other factors as well. You want to look at socials, make sure that there's a lot of buzz around it, because ultimately at crypto at the moment, it is about image, it's about marketing as much as it is utility. So there's a lot of things you need to check through. That's a basic list. That's what you spent your XRP on. Yeah, I was trying to avoid the subject, but I've kind of gone into it now. So yes, I'm on the whitelist for a Core Apes Club NFT. So yes, I've bought one. I'm hoping to get more than that, but we'll see. Like I said, there's a limited mint of 1,589, so they're going to be short supply. These things are going to be used as PFPs by the Coreum team. They are very heavily backed by the Coreum team. Crypto with Leo and his team were actually approached by Coreum to make these projects happen, and it's got to happen quickly. So yeah, the link to the Discord's in my bio. Go and check it out. There's an AMA from last night with some really good explanations about the utility. I don't often get excited about NFTs because it's not really my thing. But what I do get excited about is being able to earn passive income from a validator node, an actual Coreum validator node. So that is pretty damn bullish. That is, as long as Coreum's around doing stuff, that will carry on making money. So yeah, really great use case. Chicken Tikka, I would start with playing on the exchanges, getting money on and off good projects. You got to learn that as well. Yeah, absolutely. You got to learn the technicals of how to get your money on and off as well first. So have a play with that for sure. Always do test things, but I was thinking about the actual projects themselves and what to buy. Where's Mark? I'm sure he's just being quiet because I'm upset now because I've spent my XRP. I hate NFTs. I'm not an NFT fan, believe it or not. I've tried getting into NFTs, definitely not on Ethereum because it's so expensive. But these aren't just your profile, your PFP JPEGs. These, as I said, they have utility. The initial utility will just be validator rewards. But Leo was saying in the AMA last night there's going to be a lot more utility added as well. Bearing in mind that this is the mainnet launch NFT of Coreum Network. They are heavily backing this. So this, Crypto Ralphie's very excited as well. So yeah, I mean they're going to do credible things, and with Sage, doing the artwork, it's going to be something special. So yeah, I couldn't help but get excited and get involved and buy one, but I'm also going to support the team, try and raise some awareness. I think it's something worth being bullish about. I've supported XRP, Sologenic, and Coreum all through the airdrops, and I will continue to do so. It's exciting times. Positive energy, yeah, XRP, 100%. These are with utility. Yeah, these have got utility, and I think Eric, you're in as well, aren't you? So I know, Eric, I think you went across and you did it as well. But honestly, guys, before you dismiss all NFT projects, they're not all made the same. This project is going to have like almost income forever. A validator node is a serious thing. The network, check every detail of who the owners are. So this isn't going to rug. This isn't something that's just going to be a fly-by-night NFT project. This is a very big, official, network-backed NFT. Huge. I'm with you on this one. Unless someone gives it to me, I'm not interested. Fair enough. I mean, NFTs aren't for everyone. I'm just going to be very interested to see what the earnings are like. And if for some bizarre reason it absolutely takes off and does become the next CryptoPunk or Bored Ape Yacht Club, happy days. Heard a rumor that Sage has something to say. Sage is going to drop a little bit of alpha in the Discord, I believe. I think the banners are coming up tonight. I don't know. I would have to check. NSG 50 Cow, another member of the Core Apes Club. How are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. I was just explaining the project, letting everyone know what's happening. In fact, actually, let's dip into... I will just get the page up because I don't want you seeing everything I do in my Discord, but let's jump across. So the link to their Discord is in my bio, and let's go have a look. So there is a Twitter link now as well. So everything's getting set up very quickly. The website's almost ready. The Twitter looks like it's up now as well. The Discord's up and running. As I said, there's a recording of the AMA on there from last night. It's a very, very exciting Discord to be in. So yeah, I'm not going to show you it because at the moment they're posting lots of GIFs and I don't want those on my screen. But yeah, very exciting time to be around Coreum. Obviously, mainnet launched 24th of March. Just can't get excited about it, and that's fair. That's fair. NFT projects, even ones with good utility, aren't for everyone. It's one of those things you either like it or you don't, and I completely get it. Not a problem. NFTs for me have generally been a bad investment, but I'm willing to give it another go for this. NFT Sage is basically a big NFT guy. He's been around a long time in NFTs. He's done all sorts of projects, so he's a pretty well-known artist in the NFT space. I was about to say, what has accounts and payroll got to do with NFT? Not a lot. I mean, as I said, I don't have a lot to do with NFTs normally. What I've speculated on before has not done that well. Some people can make good money out of NFTs, but you do need to know the market and be involved in the communities very, very early on to really get into it and make money on NFTs is difficult. But as I said, these are a little bit different. You're not just buying a JPEG. You're not just buying a profile pic. The initial rewards will be validator rewards. So you're going to be paid a slice of what the validator node makes. That revenue's coming back to the NFT holders, which is big. That is huge utility. And as I said, Leo said in the AMA, he confirmed it. That is not going to be the only utility. They have plans. And the NFT community in XRPL and Sologenic, they are very excited about Core Apes Club. But let's move on because not everyone likes NFTs. You can tip people through Tipbot with XRP on Twitter. I thought that got banned. See, this is what I've said with Twitter all along, because Twitter's already worked with XRP. Obviously Elon likes Doge, and Binance have a slice of Twitter with their funding for the buyout as well. So I've always said it's going to be a round robin between XRP, Doge, and Binance. I'm sure that they can all find a use case within Twitter. But yes, you're right. I know XRP was used on the Tipbot, but then they banned it. Are they bringing it back? I haven't heard that, but that's been a theory of mine for about 3 or 4 months, ever since Elon bought Twitter. Matrix NFTs were marketing gimmicks from Warner Brothers. So that's got more of a collector's thing. So that might appreciate in time. Like it's like ticket stubs for matinees and things like that. They're worth money at the time. The Matrix NFT, glitch NFTs, they could be worth some money in time, but we don't know. Sage payroll, Sage accounts 50. Know more about it than art. Me too, to be fair, Mr. Unknown. Me too. Absolutely. I've used Sage 50, Sage 200. Not the payroll one, because I don't like paying money out. I like collecting money. Remember us poor minions if you had the Banksy of the NFT world. Well, we live in hope that it could be the next Bored Ape Yacht Club. And the thing is, as an outsider of the NFT world, you don't know. But ultimately, I hope to at least make my money back through Validate and Node rewards. That would be enough for me. And I'm hoping they look pretty sick for a while as well. But yeah, I mean, as I said, not everyone's into NFTs, and I've spoken a lot about that project now. So let's move on. What does everyone want to look at? Let's go look at some projects. Let's shoot some crypto projects and have a look. We've got another 10 minutes, and then I'm signing off. So let's go look at some projects. AJ247, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for dropping in. Everyone keep smashing the likes. I want to smash this last 10 minutes and see how many likes we can get. And remember, if I do look very small on the screen, do turn your phone sideways. I will get bigger. And also remember, the link to the Discord, my Discord, and the Core Apes Club Discord is in the link in my bio, which is on the top right. I've gotten used to pointing that way now instead of that way, because it's very confusing for me. Danny Gurbaru, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for dropping all the links with regards to those miners yesterday in the Discord. That was really handy. I'm definitely gearing up for one of those, but I've just spent some money, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. But I think I'm definitely looking at those MatchX Pro miners. I think they look tasty for the price we found. They do look very tasty. And the fact that I might be able to mine Polkadot on it in the future, nice. Just bought DOT again, nice and cheap. DOT, let's have a look at DOT. So it's below $6 again. Yeah, I think that's a nice price. Looking at the daily chart, obviously we have been lower. We have been down towards the low $4 mark, but that is very, very low for DOT. I mean, that is incredibly low. I think we're well below where we should be. We haven't been this low since December 2020. Absolutely insane price for DOT. I think DOT is a huge ecosystem for the next bull run. Before, it was just Polkadot. It was just the Polkadot relays and Polkadot. Now you've got an entire ecosystem of parachain projects, all going guns blazing, launching projects, doing business, all utilizing DOT to pay their parachain subs. So DOT will do very, very, very well. I personally believe in the next bull run. And yes, below $6, I think, is a steal. Which reminds me, actually, when I DCA, I probably need to up the amount of DOT I buy, because I do want some more. I've decided I want to go up to the next hundreds level. Keep buying it till I get to 1,000, maybe. Who knows? Something will be happening with crypto this month. There's a lot of iffy news for the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of FUD around, which is why we're struggling in the market at the moment. I do expect that to have some negativity on the market, but I believe with the sideways action we're experiencing in the market at the moment, we're probably pricing that in. I mean, it's not great to see on the daily, but you can see here this upward trend line. We've bounced on it for the third time now, and we are following it up on the daily. It's nice and clear on the 4-hourly. I mean, just look at that. We're going generally sideways, but these are higher lows. So that's actually decent. And as long as we don't have a black swan event driving us down below these again, which could happen, next 2 weeks could be very delicate, we should continue on that upward trend, which would be very, very nice. But yeah, at the moment, this trend line is looking like a good level of support. Very good level of support. As a validator, so if you're as a validator on the Coreum network, you receive Coreum tokens as a reward. So yes, validator node rewards get paid out in Coreum tokens. I missed that question. Sorry. Is 500 Vila a good amount? It depends. I mean, the amount of any token you hold is entirely relative to your own circumstances and your own bags. If I had 500 Vila tokens, I would be more than happy with that. I don't have 500. I would like a lot more to stake and to get involved more with the network, because I think Vila have confirmed it's going to be on a use case reward basis, their airdrop. So the more you do on Vila, the more you stake, the more you participate, the more reward you will get. They have confirmed that. It's participation levels, and there will be tiered levels of reward in the airdrop. They have confirmed how they're going to calculate it. Not the exact calculation, because obviously everyone would just cheat. But yeah, I think 500 Vela tokens, I personally would be very, very happy with. But as I said, it's entirely relevant to your own circumstances. For some people, that could be a very small bag. For some, like myself, that could actually be a very large bag of Vela. But great to see that people are getting into it. I do think Vila's in a very nice place. It's a decent exchange on the Arbitrum network, and I'm really liking Dex's protocols. I think it's a fantastic environment on Arbitrum. Dot seems good. It does seem very good value at the moment, Dot. I mean, Dot looks very, very tasty. Yeah, Mark, absolutely. I did start a little bit late tonight, but not to worry. I mean, obviously, I am going to start downloading these and sharing them on YouTube. So if you've missed it, hop across to my YouTube. Again, the link is in my bio. I'm saving these down as a playlist dedicated to TikTok Lives. So if you do miss it, by all means, please hop in. Dot going to 10x, I think. I think if Dot 10x's, I'd be happy, but I personally expected to do more than that. We saw it do $50 in the previous bull run with no ecosystem. If it doesn't outpace that, I would be very, very disappointed. But I would still make a shit ton of money. So yeah, why not? 10x's do. Metistau isn't one I'm familiar with, unfortunately, Mikhail. I do apologise. Moon River, very nice one. I agree. I hold a fair bit of Moon River. It's not my biggest holding, but it's in the top 10. I think it's probably 7 or 8 on the list at the moment. But yes, Moon River, I hold a bit, and I think it could do very well. Superb tokenomics, the Canary network for Moonbeam. Obviously, it sits on Kasama, so it's a Canary network. But yeah, Moon River looks very promising in its own right. A lot of development activity and a lot of transaction activity. Thinking of selling my XRP at a loss, use that capital on something else. What do you think? Skim, I can't give you that financial advice, unfortunately, buddy. That is a call that you need to make for yourself. I can tell you, I haven't sold my XRP. I've spent a little bit this week, but I hold a bag. I no longer buy XRP. I put my DCA into other things that I believe will have more positive movement and be free of litigation. For me personally, I think the summary judgments that are going to be made at the end of this month, if there are any, we're going to have lots of things ruled on. And I'd still think at the end of the day, Ripple are going to go to trial. And if rulings go in Ripple's favour, the SEC could still appeal it. So we're still going to trial anyway. So I don't anticipate the lawsuit ending anytime soon. I'm not going to sell all my XRP, but I'm not buying any more either. I'm going to buy assets that actually have a chance of appreciating outside of a lawsuit. Off to bed. Thanks, Ned. Appreciate you popping in, buddy. I know you're a very, very busy guy and you're a hard worker, so I appreciate you popping in. Looked at swapping my Daffy as well, but gas fee was $35. You bought it on Etho, didn't you, Tango? I bought mine on Matic, so not so bad. But yeah, I mean, I Daffy for me, I've dumped it. Yeah, so Tap and Daffy are done for me. I'm out. If the price gets much cheaper, I might buy back into Tap. Daffy's not really for me. I think I'm going to concentrate on my Arbitrum protocols. So things like GMX, MUX, Chromatica, Vila. There's so much good stuff. Camelot as well in Arbitrum. So much good stuff in Arbitrum that I want to buy. And I'm not that interested in... Daffy's got real potential, but I mean, Arbitrum's got real potential. It's so new. Vila or Grail if you had to choose? Oh, that's a good one. I think as a long-term investment, I would go Grail. However, Vila, as a short-term investment, especially with the airdrops and the snapshots due, I think it's going to run up quite hard towards an airdrop. If we find out what date the snapshot's going to be, you watch all hell break loose on Vila. I think it will get dumped. But I think it's got potential for long-term. It's a very low cap. So even if there's a dump, it should come back very strongly. Whereas on the other hand, with Grail, you've got a 75,000 token maximum supply. So the more Grail I can buy right now, I'm going to be very happy. I think Grail is going to be the go-to DEX on Arbitrum. They're going to have a launch pad. It's going to be an awesome place. And I have hardly any at the moment. And it's costing me an arm and a leg. Because obviously with it only being 75,000 tokens, and I think only 10% in supply or something crazy like that, they're a very expensive token right now. But every project I've listened to on the Arbitrum network wants to be involved with them. So it's going to be, I think it is going to be the place to be. I like Grail, yeah. Did I see Hello collab with Sony? I have seen it mentioned. I haven't read into it yet. Sorry, buddy. But if you've got a link, drop it in the Discord so that everyone can have a read. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, Moonbeam 20X, I personally agree. D 2023, I agree. If you look at the current market cap of Moonbeam, even fully diluted, right? Let's go check it out. I did this the other night and I tried to explain it because people think I'm nuts. But ultimately, for Moonbeam to get to a 10x from here requires a market cap of $2.5 billion. That is nothing for a layer one smart contract. Nothing at all. If we go fully diluted, it's $4 billion. A 10x, therefore, is nothing. A 20x would take it on current tokenomics to about, I don't know what, a $5 billion project. Still nothing. And if you want to get more ambitious, $10 billion fully diluted gives you that 20x as well. So I personally have a sell target at 10x. 10x, when it gets to about $4, I'm selling 25% and taking my profit. And I will have a 75% moon bag. And my profit on that 25% that I sell will be substantial. But I think that's still very early. But I'm a big advocate now. I'm going to take profit when it's there. I could be wrong. It might not see $5 billion market cap. Who knows? But I personally believe the use case of Moonbeam, the fact it's a Polkadot project, the fact that Ethereum developers can just come over and use EVM and Solidity, the same tools that they've used to build on Ethereum all along, and plus they inherit the security, additional security, and additional oracles of Polkadot. That's huge. I just don't see how Moonbeam can fail, first and foremost. The technology is just brilliant. And for me, a 20x is probably where I would like to start, ultimately, but I'll actually be cashing out a 10x because I'm trying to be conservative and make sure I take profits. But yeah, Moonbeam 20x should be easy. Radix opens up for trading on the 8th on KuCoin, near pre-sale price right now. I mean, that is crazy, isn't it? We're seeing projects like Radix actually come back down to pre-sale price and less. I mean, that is an opportunity. I do like Radix, and I might actually add that to my shopping list this month if it's that low. I mean, obviously, the market cap's pretty decent, but in terms of longevity, I think Radix is a good one. Do I think Infinity will survive the bear market? I certainly hope so. They were very well funded in the parachain auctions. So during the Polkadot parachain auctions, obviously they get an allocation of DOT tokens. That is for development and longevity at the end of the day. So if they can't survive having been funded by the parachain, then they're no good. But I do like Affinity. It is the layer 1 NFT gaming platform for Engine Token. So if you like Engine Token, if you're into your gaming and metaverse tokens and you like Engine, you want to look at Affinity because that's where it's going. Rio, I'm not familiar with, buddy, I'm afraid. I need to wind the live up, so let's give it another minute or two, and then I will have to call it a day. Vela looking good, but I'm sure there will be a dump. I'm sure there will be, yeah, absolutely. But like I said, it's so early with Vela. There will be a dump with regards to the airdrop. Once people, get the snapshot, they might sell it off at the pre-dump price. But then obviously we'll get a dump when the airdrop happens as well. But like I said, it's a very young project. And it's a very good project, and if it survives all of that, the market cap's very tiny and the returns are still good. So just like I did with Sorum and Solo and Coreum, I held through all the dumps, and I'm sitting in a pretty decent place now with Solo and Coreum. So yeah, I think any kind of airdrop like that, if it's not overly lucrative and ridiculously lucrative like Aptos, I would probably just sit and hold. But depending on the size of the airdrop, depends on what I'll do. But like I said, Aptos, I knew it was overvalued, so I sold. If Vela is not overvalued, I will hold. Did I see Squidgrow buying up another project? I still don't like Squidgrow. They can buy whatever they want. I don't like meme tokens. Velo or Vela. Vela, it's a DEX exchanged project on Arbitrum. So that's the one you want. It's Vela. Vela. My accent, sorry. Get one monkey NFT. I'm very interested in DeSo. What do I think? DeSo's been around a while. Decentralized social networking is going to be a big thing. The fact that DM backed out, though, that's a big guess that it's going to be very difficult to do. It's a big pointer that it's going to be hard work. So I'd be pessimistic about which one I buy into. But DeSo looks decent. I've never deep dived it, but it does look decent. It was one of the kind of earlier, more fancied projects, and first to market is usually good. Struggling to take profit, getting too precious on things. Matic lost 6k profit in 2 weeks. And this is what I'm saying. I'm no longer attached to projects. I sold all my Matic to buy into things with a lower cap. I love Matic. I absolutely love Matic. But I would rather go into another layer 2 solution like ZK Sync. I've got Zigzag and ZK Sync. The only DEX you can actually buy a token for right now on ZK Sync, and he's doing very, very well. But also I'm buying into Arbitrum very, very heavily because they're new layer 2s. The returns on all of those projects that do well, the returns should be immense. And you see 3 to a 3 to a 10x tops on Matic. That's it. It's brilliant, but it's already huge. Right then, folks, I am winding it up there. So if you're on here right now, please remember to follow me on TikTok. Also, remember those links up in the bio. It's my Discord. It is the Core Apes Club Discord as well. That's going to be really hot for a while. As I said, the chosen NFT project of the Coreum Network mainnet launch. So that is going to be huge. I've got no doubt about it. But yeah, follow me here. Jump into the Discord. As I said, this will be downloaded and saved into YouTube as well. So if you're not already subscribed to YouTube, if you can hop over and subscribe over there, that would really help me out. That's growing very slowly. And if just 10% of you guys hopped over and subbed to my YouTube, gives me 2,000 subs. And that's very, very decent for a YouTube channel. It means I've got a platform that I can actually start making money from. But yeah, and that's selfish, but that's where I want to be. I want to be doing this for a living, so let's do it. Let's get me up. Let's get me those subs. Let's get me paid by YouTube. But yeah, I'll catch you all soon. Thank you for your comments and your questions and your suggestions. I hope to see a lot of you in the Discord. And take care. Speak to you again soon.